has made a U-shaped space where you fit. And thirdly, be prepared to take risks. Have the courage to step out in faith, to venture into God's unknown. You may well have to make the first move, to take the initiative, or at least to choose to respond to God's prompting. So be ready to make positive, intentional decisions and to trust that God is with you as you do so. In all these things, know that call continues, changes and leads on to new challenges. It is part of the lifelong journey of discipleship to which we are all summoned to by Christ.
As with many of us, I understand vocation as a continuing journey of discipleship, which has taken me in a number of directions in life. As I conclude my first 6 months as a synod moderator, I've been reflecting on how vocation develops according to role. Working ecumenically has always been a major part of my ministry, and I am enjoying being back amongst friends as I'm involved in national ecumenism in Scotland again. But this time, I notice I am there in a new role, as a church leader, no longer a staff member, nor exactly a church representative. Some of us in the Church Leaders Forum are there for just a year. Others, like myself, for a longer period of time, as our churches have different expressions of church leadership. This change in role gives me both opportunities and responsibilities, and how I respond to these I understand as part of my growing into the vocation of being a synod moderator. I hope this may resonate with you as you experience changes in role in your church life, workplace, or family life. Being attentive to role and what it entails is for me a significant part of discerning vocation and being a faithful disciple.
Thank you to Kim, to Michael, to Dave, and to Lindsay. They've told us what the word vocation means to them in their ministry at this time. And now it's over to you. One of Karen's talk to your neighbour moments. At the end of our report, there are 4 questions. I'm hoping that the first 3 of those will appear on the screen. And I'm going to give you 6 or so minutes to talk amongst yourself about this word vocation, but from your own personal point of view, and that articulation of the faith that is within us. I know that you will talk about what you want to talk about when you get in your groups, and the good politicians you are, you will answer the question that you want to answer. But if you would like to start with question 1, you've only got about 2 minutes a question. I will tell you when 2 minutes are up. If we could keep the microphones live, that would be good. And you can move on to the next question. I know that we are only touching the surface of a conversation that is a lifetime long and more. But let's start this business part of our General Assembly, front and centre, that account of the faith that is within us. So the first question, can we go back? How ready and effective are we at expressing our own commitment to being disciples of Jesus, and what might help us to be more effective? Talk to your neighbour.
I'm going to have a word with Andy Jackson when I get to the back about, because if nothing on the order paper's got into the that's a disaster. Well, it's a long way from ideal.
Yeah.
And you might want to think of moving on to question 2, as and when. And if we can have question 3 on the screen. We have question 3. Thank you. And Assembly, if I could call you back to order. Well, thank you for engaging with such vigour. And if you're talking about the football, I'll be really cross. 3 questions. How ready and effective are we at expressing our own commitment to being disciples of Jesus, and what might help us to be more effective? How does our way of life, our commitments and priorities, help or hinder other people's openness to the gospel? And how does the way we live our life together in the church strengthens one another's faith? There is a 4th question, of course, for you to take away with you, to ponder and to pray through, discuss in your own time and in your own context. In what ways are the answers to these first 3 questions the same or different, and how do they inform each other? Because I believe we need to hold those 3 questions together if we are to be effective as that church called by God to express our living faith. I invite you to take those questions back to your own context. Thank you, Moderator.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry, the mic. Thank you very. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for that report, and we appreciate it. Over to you, John.
I think we're on. Moderator, thank you very much. Assembly, at this point, we're going to move into what we call a closed session, which we do occasionally when we're dealing with business that might be particularly sensitive or involve particular individuals. And for the next piece of business, we're going to move into such a closed session. So that means I need to invite anyone who is not a full voting member of Assembly or the legal advisor or the technical staff who will ensure that we've still got some sound and the like, to retire from the meeting room for this next piece of business. We will also not be live streaming this particular piece of business, and we won't be streaming this piece of business into the sports hall. This enables us as General Assembly to discern together with just those folk who have been appointed to be the full members of the General Assembly. And in doing that, we recognise that we are about to talk about some sensitive business that